I know that some people make videos of how they make money as an artist or how they started doing art as a full-time job or just stuff like that. But I never really saw anyone talk about how it all started, or they just briefly mentioned it. So I was like, why not tell my story from the beginning? Even though it's not that interesting, but because I got a new job, I don't really have time to make a longer video. And I just wanted to have a little chat about my art journey experience to maybe, I don't know, inspire some of you guys or something. I don't know. Now, let's just get into the video. Hi and hello everyone. My name is Petra, and today we are going to talk about how I became an artist. Because why not? My long awaited journey started when I was just a little kid, like literally. I don't remember much about my childhood, but one thing that just got stuck in my mind from when I was, I don't know, around 4 to 5 years old, I think, is a memory of my late mom drawing me and my sister the same house and yard that she drew almost every time we drew together. Here, I tried drawing it as close to what we did originally. I mean, it's not something really professional, but we were just kids, and my mom didn't have a degree in art or any kind of artistic knowledge. She just wanted to have fun with us and teach us the basics of drawing, like how parents should do with their children. And I'm not really sure why, but we drew this exact same thing at least 1,000 times. Maybe just changing up the colors a bit because it was fun. After this, in kindergarten, I still loved making art and loved showing it to my family to show them how proud I was making something really cool and fun. And they would just smile and tell me how clever I was, and they always put it out on display somewhere in the house. Just because we didn't really have to study for our classes in middle school was I enjoying it up until 6th grade, where I learned what anime was and absolutely fell in love with making art. I was studying realism, then drawing anime characters, then drawing random animals, and everything that I felt like drawing or painting. Although I was basically copying from pictures only by looking at them, but not actually learning how anything works and just following the lines that I saw. Here are some examples that I found. They are actually not that bad considering it was 11 to 13 years old me drawing them. Other than anime, as I mentioned before, I really like painting landscapes since one of my friends back then showed me some videos from Bob Ross, and I was amazed by how simply and quickly he knew how to paint. We followed his videos multiple times trying to use oil paints, which we didn't actually know how they worked, but somehow ended up making some not so bad paintings. Everyone told me I'm gonna be famous in the future if I continue like this, and I did have a few commissions in my life, but not as much as the next person. Until I was in 8th grade, I wasn't sure what high school should I go to. I was really undecisive and confused and didn't really know what else I was good at and wanted to have as a job. I was good at massaging, I was good at painting, I was good with animals, I was good in English, but I didn't really feel like doing any of them other than art. My friend who I mentioned earlier kinda helped me decide in the end. Well, she didn't specifically tell me that I should go with her to this one high school she wanted to apply for, but she told me about it and I said why not. There were some preparatory classes almost every weekend for half a year, which we went to all of them. But even then, I wasn't completely sure if I was actually gonna go with that school or if my family would let me, because it was kinda in another town, like an hour away from home. But guess what? I ended up going there and passing my tests and finals. In first and second grade, we didn't really learn much in art classes, and we didn't even have as much of them as in third and fourth. But in those 2 early years, we kind of only learned perspectives and still life, which was actually kind of fun and super easy. There were classes where we were drawing some houses and streets, and honestly, that made me feel so nostalgic. I really enjoy that, even if sometimes it didn't want to work out as I imagined it, like how art is 80% of the time. Then in third grade, we started finally learning anatomy, but mostly face anatomy, which everyone waited so eagerly for 2 years. I don't know why though. Well, maybe because everyone was so sick and tired of still life, Petra. You wouldn't want to draw the same thing over and over again all the time. But am I not doing that right now? I'm drawing myself on a daily basis, kind of. I was really good at realism, as I mentioned that before in one of my videos, and I'm kind of sad that I don't really do that nowadays just because I don't have the time, but hopefully one day I will get back to it. And what I wanted to say about this is that even though I was learning a bunch of stuff in school, we didn't learn anything about illustration. So what I had to do is try to learn it alone and myself with my dear helper, the internet. Up until third grade, I was slacking on learning illustration or finding my own style. I was just drawing whatever and was never really satisfied, or just drew some realistic animals or K-pop idols, which I was happy with, but I wanted to get into illustration so badly that I ended up making the decision to take it seriously and draw every day if I can. And I was actually making progress. I was making art that I was being proud of, even though they are not the best in any way, but they were way better than before I learned anything. Of course, I didn't draw every day, at least for a month I did, but when I didn't have the time for it, I left a day or two out, but still never gave up. And yes, my art isn't the best till this day either. I'm gradually getting better and am improving a little by little. Just by looking at my first video and comparing it to my new ones, I feel like I'm on the right path. This is definitely not the most interesting art journey you have ever heard, I'm sure of, but if you maybe did enjoy it, you could consider subscribing and leaving a like on this video. I would really appreciate that. I do thank you for watching as well, and as you guys already know, until the video finishes, you can go ahead and watch me dance for a little bit. Bye bye!